So we will probably go with our Geck again. But I am going to give you the option, chat. And this is a very informal, quick decision that you need to make. But for the early birds. Do you want to go with Clone Soldier again? Because you've kind of seen how that plays out. So we could stick with being clone soldiers and then having to discover how to do our own little baby Gecklings. Or would you prefer us to try one of the other stars? So, for example, the one I was thinking mainly of would be Here Be Dragons. Since time immemorial, this civilization has shared its star system with a formidable dragon. The mysterious creature's behavior sways between distant benevolence and haughty indifference. How this relationship will evolve as the planet dwellers take to the stars remains to be seen. So yes, we could go Space Dragon Origin, if people would be interested in going Space Dragon Origin. We be dragons. I'm guessing that the growing consensus here seems to be very much dragons. So in that case, we should definitely go dragons. Your tea today, by the way, is Chinese Treasures, which I am thoroughly enjoying. Which again is quite a mellow evening blend. Don't forget we are sponsored by Bird and Blend. Going to the tea element there, the tea link in stream, buying your tea that way, which I highly recommend. I've always bought my tea from them before they started sending it to me for free. So I'm quids up even if they weren't sponsoring me. Is really good tea. Just, yeah, have it. So, yeah, I'm guessing dragons seems to very much be the thing. So, I have honestly never done the Space Dragon start. So we start with a space dragon roaming our home system. The dragon may protect us from harm, but beware its wrath should you displease it. I think we probably keep everything else the same. So we're still our cute little Geck things. The alternative, if you really wanted to, is we could roll a little race of fox people. Or we could go kind of full Pikachu mollusk. But as things stand, my plan was stick to our nice, pretty little innocent looking Geck lizards with scary skulls behind. I don't think we need to change any of our bits. So let's go with the Geck. So we need to get rid of the clone soldier trait, because we don't have that now. And that's fine. I think we can save that. And go with it. So yeah, no, exactly. We're like, yeah, no, we're lovely little people. Don't pay attention to the skulls behind us. So we are ingenious. We get energy benefits. We have extra habitability on ocean worlds. We're also non-adaptive because actually aquatic and non-adaptive couple really well together. We are weak. We don't do a lot of army damage, so we're going to need some kind of soldiers or stuff like that. So let's go with that. Save. Done. We'll go medium galaxy, spiral forearms. Advanced AR starts 2. Fallen Empires and Marauders at max. Tech tradition cost. Habitable worlds is slightly reduced. Loads of primitive civilizations. Crisis strength is fine. Everything else is fine. We could probably up that to Admiral. No, it's a chill first one of the new patch. Let's keep on Commodore. And let's just make sure we don't have intergalactic sex turned on. We don't, which is good. So I think we're good. Let's go. We have always known the dragon. It has graced the skies above Geck since time immemorial. Our early interactions with it scattered throughout Geck folklore. For a long time it was a story of conflict, as our early weaponry proved no match for the mighty beast. But then the stories tell of a visionary who, against all odds, managed to broker peace between the Geck and the dragon. Thank you very much, Blackpool Gaming, for the follow. In subsequent encounters, the dragon has proved a distant, enigmatic figure, whose example has even spurred our efforts to reach for the stars. However, the invention of rapid propulsion systems and the discovery of the hyperlane network have brought about a new, uneasy period of relations with the dragon, as we increasingly intrude upon areas it has roamed in solitude for eons. It is for us to decide what our future holds. We will study the dragon, and perhaps eventually learn to communicate with it. Or will we be driven to conflict? The confines of a single solar system simply too small to share with such a formidable creature. Begin. So with this start, we make Geck babies from the get-go. We are not infertile, so we are just making Gecklings all over the place. Do you want to see our space dragon? Because he's there. There he is, chat. There's the space dragon in all his glory, wandering around above the planet Geck. So key things to note straight away. The biggest change that, and I've not deliberately been avoiding playing the beta for this because I tend to prefer it once it's out. But the biggest changes to this is leaders now cost Unity. They have both an upkeep and a Unity recruitment cost, which makes things interesting. Changes slightly the mechanics. Unity is a much more precious resource, and you can also play more tall, so there's some late game stuff to do with growing planets that will make things taller. So I'm looking forward to exploring this. I believe and hope they've also added in more stuff to stop people rubber banding in research looking at Utah horrors. So people get pulled back a bit if they try and just hyper build for research. But how successful those things are, I don't know. We will find out. We'll find out together. But there is our ocean world of Geck flowing away beneath our giant space dragon. Yeah, I think that's my things on Hedron is my only disagreement is they should have added a mechanism to pay more Unity, but to be able to pick a particular trait in a leader, because you can't quite just go fishing for good leaders anymore, which is a good thing, I think, but also a bad thing. Right, we're going to go with basic strike craft. We will take research speed plus 5%. That's a lovely one to get right at the beginning. And this planetary unification now grants a lump sum of Unity and monthly Unity plus 5%. So it used to be like it just gives you plus flat 2, but it does all of that. I think we will go with that first. So Geck is currently, let's have a look at what we've got on Geck. It is an ocean world. It's not going to be great for energy, so I suspect we might spec it more for food, because it is an ocean world and we will get bonuses from that. Hello Napoleon, what are you up to? Coming to say hello to people? What's up? Can I have a sit and look out the window? New emotes have been ordered, by the way, chat. No, you're going to just have a bit of a wander. Well, can you decide what you're doing, because you're on my keyboard? Okay, going for another wander. Fair enough. New emotes have been ordered. Levi is working on them as we speak. Right, so we're probably going to spec this for agriculture, I suspect, because remembering we get bonuses because we're aquatic, so it's going to produce consumer goods for us as well. There will be a Napoleon emote. I will reveal that happily. In fact, I can give you the full list of emotes you're getting. Let me tell you what emotes you're getting. I will tell you the names, and I will let you then guess, or get excited about what you think those emotes are. So let me pull open the doc. So, your first emote, let me pull it up. What's my emote prefix? Someone remind me what my emote prefix is, so I can tell you what the actual emotes are, because I can't remember. Is it Gary? Because you have to set one, and I can't remember what my emote prefix is. Garius. Right. So your emote list is Garius Duck, Garius Leon, Garius 9. That one, actually no, we're probably going to change that one. Garius XCOM is the name of that one. Then you've got Garius Windsor and Garius ODHSM. Sorry, ODHS. Garius ODS8. ODSHS. Try saying that fast, I can't. And finally, Garius Clock. So that full emo list will be Garius Duck, Garius Leon, Garius... Having everything on the same screen doesn't help. You suddenly get used to having stuff on different screens. Yep, Garius XCOM, Garius Clock, Garius Windsor, and Garius ODHS. So that is your ones that I've currently spec'd out to Levi that she's working on. I do have more slots, I could add on more emotes, but I mean there's a point where you just kind of go, well actually I've got enough emotes. Yeah, I'd be really interested to see what she does with the XCOM one. Because basically what I did was I briefed her and showed her what I tend to do with the emotes. I could do a T one. Lots of people have T emotes though. Maybe I should brief in a T emote. Garius ODHS and Garius Windsor are related as emotes. But yeah, so I might brief a T1 into her. Thinking about it. Why not? I'll give her a T1 as well. Anyway, let's have a look at where we are in the galaxy and what we've got around us. A size 13 ocean world. Well, that's shit. That's a terrible starting planet to get, but there we go. Needs must. So here's where immediately you get a bit of difference, because as I say, normally you'd just be like, right, I'm going to build a science ship, bosh. But remember, this is going to hit me Unity, putting a leader on that science ship. So we're going to have to think a lot more carefully about leaders and hiring leaders than we were before, which is good. Have I turned on for you all of your channel point requests? Because we are, of course, playing Stellaris. Have I turned on choose a... Yep, name a lizardy leader is turned on. Sorry, I was doing job interviews for someone today, or for a position today, so my brain is utterly broken. Right. So I think we push out and explore that way. Standard tactic, we're going to be looking for choke points and neighbours. In the meantime, you can build a mining station there. It only kills level 1 characters if the GM wants it to. That's the thing. Particularly if you don't roll publicly. So if you look, for example, we're going to need a ton of... We need Unity to buy a leader. So until we get 100 Unity, we can't stick a leader on that science ship. So my normal strategy is immediately throw 4 science ships out into space, and I think we're not going to. I think we're only going to throw out 3. Because all the time we're doing this, we're cutting into our ability to unlock things, and they have upkeep. Yeah, scaling cost on leaders as well. What I will be interested is, and you might notice, Taharis, because you probably played a bit further into this. How does it work with hiring admirals and generals from marauders? Because that will be a big difference. Because you know me, I do love my marauder generals. Best track in the game. Can we just revel in the fact that our science is right, Shard's Compass, that's fine because that is one of the traders. Our science ships are the Uhuhuhu class. And our corvettes are the Kavavoom class. Right, Char's Compass normally means you're not going to encounter anyone else in that cluster, which is good news. Size 20 Ocean World. Right, we're going that way. Regardless of anything else, we're going that way. And that guy's got Anomaly Discovery, so we do want him on that. You are currently leading on the green stuff. So give me a green stuff leader. See, we need 150. So you can see that this scales differently. This scales very, very differently. And we got the yurts.
Situation log updated.
Someone remind me if the yurts are actually any good. I don't think they are, but I can't remember. Do they want to give us a planet or not? Right, carry on pushing out. You now can get a leader. The other thing that's meant to be different, and I'll be interested to see it as, is Empire Sprawl and how that works. Stagnant Ascendancy. Okay, well that's not the end of the world. They're Holy Guardians. There'll be a bunch of really nice planets around here we can't colonize. But there are far worse neighbours to have. And we can choke point that. Right, so that essentially self-choke points up there. Which is good news. Let's get, for now, a generator district down. We might change that. It's the one that gives the cheapest cheap ship upkeep and the extra pop when colonizing. Oh, the cheap ship upkeep is, frankly, probably worth it. To be honest. Right, you're going to need to go there. So I think we will just start slapping out a colony ship.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
Right, now you push on and let's just see if there's anything else in this cluster. Right, that's a pretty shitty ocean worlds as ocean worlds go. Like, we will be able to build reasonably well on it for... That's probably our alloy planet waiting to happen. The problem with that is...
Fleeing aggressors.
Problem with that... Right, that's essentially blocked off, so we might actually be reasonably safe up here. In early game terms. In fact, that doesn't go anywhere.
Situation log updated.
Right, I think we've got that whole top arm there to ourselves, and we don't need to worry, so we need to push out in these directions. Pray for some fucking planets. I mean, that desert world's going to be nice and we can terraform, but... We have met the Caravaneers. Do you have any bonuses for you building in the Caravaneer sector? I don't think you can. Right, let's just send this chap to explore. I don't know if he's a chap. Oh no, we're genderless. Let's send them to explore. No, go that way. And then go on to there. You
System
get
survey
shut
complete.
down. And you just get surveying over there. Like the Empire Sprawl changes the most, I think. Its unavoidable scaling impact on tech, Unity, etc. over 100. Nice. Like, if it makes it meaningful, I'm up for it. I've seen... My general feeling so far has been the people I've been seeing complaining about it are the kind of people I want to be complaining about it. That bodes badly. That suggests there is another race over there already. But at least we'll have locked in Nostir. Which is pretty critical. We do need to drop down some hollow theatres the moment we can. I think we might have to make Geck short term on minerals. I think we are going to go Discovery.
Construction complete.
Right, how many more have you got to discover? 5. Get that down and then we'll probably go back that way. It's possible there is another alien race around here already. So for the record, our Sky Dragon is called Hrosgar of the Endless Flames. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking, that in the early game the Discovery Survey bonus is more useful. Because you've just got less science ships running around. Also, that you've got to be much more careful about just defaulting to automatically buying admirals whenever they die. Like, you probably actually want to just hold off until you need them. I think it's going to suck being a race with a short lifespan. Right, he's still surveying, so we might, if we're really lucky, beat them to that.
Construction complete.
Get over there. Go, 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 go! Natural wormhole. Right, we've got 2 planets around there. Both tiny aquatic worlds. That's pointless, but at least we've got a wormhole there. So that's not the end of the world. Right. So I'm not really feeling our planets at the moment. We are not blessed with good planets. Which is potentially a problem. Well, I'm thinking you need more of a sort of Unity admin world than you would before. Right, survey that one. Because I think they came from down here. Okay, they're over there. Survey that one. So what do we know about them? Not a lot. They do robots. Whoever they are, they do
Construction
robots.
They can talk, and they want to talk to us.
Right, they've already dumped a station down there. So stop doing that and go have a look down there for me. And this station, Starbase might as well probably upgrade. Because I'm wondering whether we want to jump them. Right, we need a planet. This is going to be an alloy world. So we need a single syllable word. I think, didn't we go with Geck mech? We quite liked with that. Let's make it Geck mech. Now this might not work, but if it does work, we can essentially block them in. And they'll only have 3 systems. Which would be very nice. Motherfuckers, they nicked our construction ship. Arseholes. Now we should still be able to skirt through this system. See, that planet's not great either. I suspect this might be our Unity and admin world, just because of its size as much as anything else. Totally stealing their planets. Did we see what planet types they had? Ocean worlds. Yeah, we're stealing their planets. Assuming that's their home system, which it must be. We're stealing their planets. Right, we need to dump down some alloys. Because the Geck are going to war relatively early in this game.
System survey complete.
Right. I think we're taking this... I mean, maybe we should flip immediately to supremacy. I think we should flip to supremacy. Because we are going aggressive fast. I think we go supremacy. For the fleet bonuses. Because we're not in a huge rush on surveying now. Yeah, I think we got to go supremacy. It is safe to say this game escalated quickly. They might be perfectly nice people. Yeah, I mean, look, we're going to steal their ocean worlds, if nothing else. Right, we need to flip him onto passive. What this essentially comes down to is whether we can get through that system before they can. Before we discover them almost. And they close borders. Rizok575, thank you very much for the follow. Right, you need to go to there. At the same time, this science ship is not doing anything now. Right, I think we want to lock in this cluster. So the quickest way to lock this cluster in is to go through that way and out. So let's just get the surveying done going down there. Right, you need to go over there.
System survey complete. Anomaly
Down
found.
there. Hopefully that's a survey ship, not a construction ship. Then down to there.
Construction ship taking damage.
Oh, you got too close to it. So I don't think I can forcefully jump it out. Oh, we made it. We made it. Yeah, that's a survey ship. What do we need? 7. We're going to beat them. We're going to beat them. In your face, aggressive space aliens. Right, you might as well just keep surveying. Actually, tell you what, go survey that. So this is going to cost us a ton of influence, but it is absolutely 100% worthwhile. Which means that needs to be upgraded.
System survey complete.
We need to design some ships up. So we will want to build corvettes. So our Kavavoom. Let's just call this what it should be called, shall we? So we're running Vavavoom class corvettes. Good evening, Min Pink Kitty. So we're going to run Vavavoom class corvettes. That fleet might as well already have 30 in it, because we are going to build up to 30. And too slow.
Construction complete.
Get out. Get out of my system. Be off with you. Right, they are going to beat us to researching them, but... Right. Let's have a look around. So that's their second ocean world. It's equally terrible. There are a lot of terrible ocean worlds around. Right, you lot upgrade.
Ships upgraded.
Then on... Let's get this gunned up as soon as we can. More importantly, let's get a single corvette out. Busy galaxy. There's a size 16 tropical there, so... Okay, not the worst then. We might actually be able to piece them Well, I say that, they just closed their borders. Because an early non-ag would not be unuseful for us, but I don't think they're going to go for it. So they're Avalonians. They are ocean preference intelligent, which I think we've got intelligent. They do look pretty cool. So we could gene mod them into being very, very strong. And make them our kind of warrior subrace. Which might be quite cool to do from a story perspective. Because there's no point killing off their pops. Because they look pretty hardcore. Yeah, here you go, look, they're already claiming it. Right. So that's almost upgraded. So what kind of planet is this? A size 12 ocean world. They got as stuffed on starter worlds as we got. Right, it's safe to say we need an admiral. So we're going to go with Admiral Gert Nip. If someone wants to cash in an admiral name, go for it. Let's sell some stuff. I wonder whether we should just go for an early war to lock in these two systems. Min Pink Kitty, go for it. Do you have a specific name in mind, or you're happy for me to open one up? You'd be Min Pink Kit, I suppose, wouldn't you? Min Pink Kit. And let's move that fleet to there. They're going to try and move through our borders now, so we'll change borders with them. Get out of my pub!
Anomaly found. Research complete.
Give me capacity grids.
Construction complete.
Right, let's beef up this starbase so that we know it can hold out. Which means I want a gun and a missile battery on you. Might as well build a mining station
Research
way down there. Take the food. Ooh, so this is actually really useful now then. So these events are actually more useful. After the study of Ofet 7A has concluded. Science officer Noosh Takoto reports that they have found the planet to be unusually rich in minerals. This discovery was made possible in a large part thanks to a certain member of the ISS Oho crew. Noosh Takoto praises the project. So that's a free scientist. That's essentially 250 Unity saved for us. So whereas before you might go, yeah, whatever, scientists don't care. Now it really is useful. Right, I think we're going to take the ship fire rate, because damage versus star bases is pretty critical to us early on. Because we are pumping out for an early war.
Construction complete.
Right, Geck mech is down. So we're going to want you to build 2 of them and then get an alloy station down. So that we're probably going to have to turn into a commodities world. We really are short on mining worlds though. Like, we're really struggling for mining worlds. Hopefully their system's good for mining. It's a starter planet, so you'd assume it would hopefully be decent. So that's building missile battery. Probably disruption fields. Basically, we want 60 ships out as quickly as we can get 60 ships out. And given that they might declare war at any time, I think we get a claim in on that system while we can.
Anomaly found.
So we could churn out another science ship now. Oh, we got hangar bays. I forgot we were getting hangar bays. Let's get some afterburners. So on ship designer, let's get a new defense platform with a couple of hangar bays. Because even if we get 2 of them onto that station, it'll be pretty much safe from any fleet they can throw at it. Darth Sailor Moon 1! Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So, how much is one of them going to cost us? 318. I mean, that planet, particularly with the scaling cost now, I mean, I'm not even sure that they're worth colonizing when they're that small, if we don't need to. Like, if we're not in a rush, I'm not convinced they're worth colonizing.
System survey complete.
Keep reinforcing the
Construction
fleet.
complete. Anomaly found.
Might as well research these. We should probably be doing espionage on these. There's no reason not to. Get over there and have a look. We are going to need another construction ship, so I'm actually going to throw out a construction ship before we get too wedded into our warlike ways. Fuck me, is everyone just killing all of my science ships? Can you not, please?
System survey complete.
This is a violent galaxy we're living in, chat. That's a nice system. In fact, that's worth it on its own. So move over there, because that's 6, 6, 12. That's a lot of resources given how mineral poor we are. Damage versus star bases, locked in. Right, get that outpost down. Geck, get me some alloy foundries. Let's well get to there.
Construction complete.
Give me 1,000 minerals, because we're probably going to need it. Yeah, those early scientist sets are harsh now, man. I mean, the good news is I've got a spare, because we got that event, but... So we're pacing them in fleet strength at the moment. But I'm hoping that by going... Our researchers observing the Sky Dragon have reported loud creaking noises seemingly coming from its internal organs. It has also been circling around Geck unusually often over the last few months, sometimes swooping right past the upper reaches of the atmosphere before pulling away again. Our working hypothesis is that the creature is hungry and wishes to land to feed, as it's periodically done in the past. It's not clear why it hesitates. Perhaps it wishes to see how we react now that we've joined it among the stars. We're going to have to continue to observe it, because we don't have the influence. After several further passes of the planet, the Dragon apparently decided it was safe to land. Although it picked a secluded area, a number of Geck were killed and even more displaced. Unsurprising given its incredible size and voracious appetite. It is now settled in and is decimating the local flora and fauna at an alarming rate. The local population is keeping its distance. Ouch. So we lost a Geck population. We've got feeding dragon in there, which is giving us more state stability. Produces unity. And in 15 years' time it's going to take off, but it's going to cost us 15 food in the meantime. Ouch.
Anomaly found.
That's not good. Right, at least we've got a spare... Oh, he's a level 2 researcher, dude. Sod that. You can go on there. And then you go on there.
System survey complete.
Right, head over there, because we will claim that system when we can. Yeah, Dragon just needs snacks. Rather it wasn't snacking on my people. Does mean we need another food job on here though. Geckmech's doing alright for jobs. We've got dimensional doorway on
Situation
Geckmech.
log updated.
So I think we push for 2 size 40 fleets as quickly as we can. And then we just go for them. Because I think that will give us superiority. Yep, the update is responsible. So for those just joining, our main issue at the moment is we've immediately run into a neighbour. We've managed to box them in. We've got terrible planets, but they have too, apart from their homeworld. The good news is they are also ocean type. So we're thinking early war against them to subjugate them. Turn them into our kind of, not slaves, but our lesser population. And maybe over time gene modify them into being very strong warriors for us, because they do look quite cool. He can build some mining stations there. Let's just keep dumping ships into the fleet.
Fleeing aggressors.
Oh right, we are right on their border. Lontok. Arctic worlds. We can kind of colonize Arctic worlds. So we could do something
System
with that.
survey complete.
Potentially. Right, well he can't go that way, so you might as well go research that anomaly.
Construction complete.
Oh, criminal syndicate, they're getting fucking wiped out quickly then. Oh, they've already shoved down a branch office, you little fuckers. Thing is, we don't want them hating us yet. So I'd rather not fight a two-front war early on. Does mean we're going to need to get fucking enforcer jobs down. It's a size 14 continental. It's probably not worth stressing about. Right, we can stop at Rixim, I suspect.
Construction complete.
I'm not even that bothered about seizing Landine. Let them have it. They do look quite tree-like. Yeah, not far off tree-like,
System survey complete.
Ship build, speed... I think we go with the
Anomaly
upkeep reduction first. And the naval capacity increase. Interestingly, no trade around here.
Research complete.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've already got a station there, so I think if we can get over there.
Situation log updated.
That's afterburners. Give me Corvette hull points 2. We need to upgrade this starbase. A bit more borderline on resources than I'd like, but... Right, there is no point you hanging around there. And the little fuckers
Research
will probably
complete.
only kidnap you, so... Let's see if they beat us to that. Nope, they're scanning it. We're fine. Farmers, give me processors. Now we are going to have to pull the fleet away for upgrades, but what we'll probably do is build a shipyard here. Like temporarily.
Anomaly found.
This is Defondo. This is the earliest I've been playing with it. If the slave market's a bit slower, I'm happy. Among the husks of the derelict starships orbiting Carino 5, we have discovered an almost intact alien research vessel. The ship's log reveals that it suffered a critical hardware malfunction and was stuck in limbo for 142 days before the crew perished from malnutrition. The body of the captain was found on his cot clutching a small metal cube, each side a different colour split into 9 equal rotatable squares. Scientist Noosh Takotu is convinced that when rotated in the correct pattern, the cube will open to reveal a hidden treasure. Rotate those squares, baby! Mr. J. Darlington! Thank you very much for the raid. How was your stream? Welcome, Raiders. You join us at the beginning of a new Stellaris run. And things are tense in the galaxy. Ooh, Silent Hunter. Nice. That's one of those games that I absolutely adore watching, but can never bring myself to play. You sank 2 Yamato classes. Nice. I very much enjoy watching it, but I just can never bring myself to play it. Right, research that project. Well, we are the Geck. Ignore the skulls on the walls. We're definitely nice people. We are a military dictatorship, a materialist, authoritarian kind of space fleety focused thing. We have these fools on our borders that we've managed to sort of trap in. So my goal at the moment is to outship them and then conquer their planets, which I wouldn't normally do this early in the game, but they have ocean worlds and we need ocean worlds and ours are terrible. So they are getting conquered. We do need to change our ship designs now that we've got afterburners. We might well start building them in. Into our Vavavooms. I don't think they'll declare war on us yet. Let's go upgrade. Famous last words.
Construction complete. System survey complete.
I think we'll leave them improving relations. I don't want to ditch that side.
Ships upgraded.
We are very much
Special
suffering
project
from consumer
complete.
goods. Well, we did well out of that. It's not bad.
Construction complete.
We just got to be very careful because we are borderline on the edge with resources. Like, we're not badly off, but we're not amazingly well off either.
Special project complete.
The crew of the ISS Oho has subjected the metal cube to every code-breaking algorithm known to us, and it has responded, but nothing with silence. Is it a cipher, a container for valuable items? If there is no meaning behind this cube, what is the meaning of anything? Were some of the thoughts that scurried through the overworked mind of Science Officer Noosh Takotu when they finally brought out the laser and sliced first the cube, then their right claw in half. The cube was empty. He's now maniacal, which gives him a 5% boost to research speed. Right, we probably shouldn't transfer him in at the moment. No, I mean, we'll leave him on what he's doing. He may have one less claw, but he's still useful to us. Go have a look over there. Annoyingly, we've not found any archaeology sites yet. Right, I assume this fleet is fully upgraded. How close are we to unlocking... Right, nothing else on that unlock list. Oh man, there's a hegemony over there somewhere. Because we just got 3 events at the same time. Right, that does mean we're going to need to start building out this way. At the very least to lock in that choke point. So I don't really do slaving, but as you've seen on my streams before, I do find it's a very useful way of kind of picking out interesting populations that you can buy. Give me 2 anchorages.
Construction complete.
Deflectors, because we are going to war early. Screw you guys. So they don't hate us enough. If we had resources we could trade them, we'd be laughing. So I think we could get a non-aggression with them. We've got 70% fucking crime on this planet already. See, this is again where you can see the changes, because like, I can't push for a crime person. It's going to cost me 250 unity to push for a crime person. That's the only thing I would like, is they should make it so that for double the unity cost, you can decide what trait they come with. I just think it's a big penalty. There's a lot more pot luck to this now. So whilst I like the change in principle, they rotate more, so it's worth us checking back relatively soon.
Anomaly found.
I'm going to have to take the decision to do anti-crime. It's annoying. That costs unity. Just don't have the choice. At least the only thing we're losing is consumer goods now. Scum and villainy is indeed rife, Min Pink Kitty.
Anomaly found. Construction complete.
Get back to there in case they do a surprise attack. Yes, I knew that was coming. I really need these people not to hate me. For now, we'll wipe them out later.
Construction complete.
Resonating music and arts, or 60% on blue lasers. I'm actually going to take the blue lasers research.
Construction complete.
I wouldn't normally, because you take the permanent bonus, but I just think you kind of have to. You get that.
System survey complete.
Reinforce.
Anomaly found.
Because we're going with 2 fleets of 30 as soon as we can.
Situation log updated. Construction complete.
We are living on the edge a bit. Like, at least if we've locked into there. I suspect they're coming from that direction.
System survey complete.
We've had 0 precursor events, by the way. Like, none. It's freaking outrageous. Right, do we stick another starbase down already? Like, we are going to need one there. I think we do. Because it'll take a while to build. Maybe the Dragon ate the precursors. It's possible.
System survey complete.
Right, they're scanning there as well, which is a good sign, because it does mean we might beat them to that. Okay, so that's the Ren Galactic Harmony. Fuck me, there's a lot of people I could do with not disliking me. It's the old reggae Necroids. There's the sort of weird, unexpected problem with going big this early, is it means it is possible for people to rival us. Which is actually not helpful. Capitalist Trade League, where are they? Down there. Okay.
Special project complete.
See, why couldn't you stick shit on my system?
Handshake protocols activated.
Where are the frickin' criminals? Right, so that's the Federation.
Activated.
Oh, okay, they're up there. Right, change your plan. Go survey that system. We need to try and get Kazoo at least.
Anomaly found. Research complete.
I will happily take embassies from all of you, though. Right, fleet-wise, we're doing okay.
Construction complete.
Because they won't have gone supremacy first. Actually, I'll tell you what, before you do that, go over there.
Situation log updated.
This might actually be the only time it is genuinely worth doing that, because that's 3 ships. That's three free ships.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
very much living on the edge on our consumer goods. So look at clerk jobs, pearl diver jobs, so that'll pick up and help. Yeah, still got jobs available there.
Construction complete.
That's a nice system. We might beat them to that. I'm not 100% sure we will.
System survey complete.
Right. Now normally we'd go... I think we still do. I think we still got tech ascendancy. That rare tech thing is just so useful early on.
Construction complete. Special project complete.
The ISS Geck has successfully restored power to the automated shipyard over Trinek. The facility immediately resumed its uninterrupted construction process, although using what materials it had on hand to build an advanced frigate of unknown design. Unfortunately, the ancient facility broke down completely afterwards and has been deemed beyond repair. Free ship. Is there a Unity buff perk? I don't know. Is there a Unity buff perk? I mean, there's different things. There are perks that will increase Unity jobs. Ah, right, the awkward thing of that is it's on the wrong side of the galaxy for us. So it is actually going to have to stay down there for now. So actually, I'm better off not doing that. And just building another fleet. Oh man, they're just going to beat us. That's annoying. Right, can you at least lock in the Protein Black Hole for us and Hadu Fish? Geck is indeed an excellent name.
Situation log updated.
Let's at least lock in the L gate. Yeah, they're pushing hard. I think the AI is a bit smarter now, to be fair.
System survey complete.
Actually, in which case, no. Go fucking lock that in. Before they slide round us.
System survey complete.
Can I shoot them? I don't want to shoot them. Why would I want to shoot them? I've got enough potential enemies around here already. What I really want is a frickin' non-aggression pact with these guys. So we could get association status. Because we are properly sandwiched in at the moment. We could definitely do with some people in this galaxy not hating us.
Research complete.
Yeah, look how aggressive they're pushing on all of that. I have no idea what the edicts fund is, but I'm guessing we want it.
Research complete. Construction complete.
That comet event's actually quite good now, isn't it? Gonna have to watch them jumping me to there as well. Who actually goes survey that? Because we're going to need to lock that in as well. Definitely feels like the AI is a lot more aggressively competent in the early game.
System survey complete.
No, this definitely is not the most friendliest of starts. On the plus side, they just did spawn a space Orneva. Right, that's a good sign. Right, they rivaled the Visanda Trade Commission. So we can we rival them? So if we did harm relations, can we rival them? Yes. Right, we're only doing that to secure non-aggression with these fools. In fact, they'd give us a defensive pact. That would be useful. That would be quite useful. That would stabilize us a lot. I think let's lock that in. Harisano 14, thank you very much for the follow. That was very good of you. Yeah, I think we want to lock in the defensive pact with this lot.
Handshake protocols activated.
And I think we want the research agreement. Their Savannah preference, they're not that useful to us. I wish when you were on this one it would tell you how much money you're going to make, but we are doing it anyway. Right, the good news is they are pushing back. Ah, we border them on that side as well. Oh, we might be able to jump them. We might be able to squeeze past. Let's see if we can squeeze past. Yeah, because if we can get the ruined worlds, that'd be really nice.
Research complete.
Chat, just warn me if you see that ship jump into there. I think we're going to survive this start. Mostly because we pulled off that jump. I think if we hadn't pulled off that jump, we'd be in trouble right now.
Construction complete.
Go upgrade. And you give me another individual corvette. Because that's the beginning of Fleet 2. Ooh, that's nice as well. Right, they can't jump us around there, so that's fine. Anything else for that science ship to do? Not really, so you might as well just go back over there. Crime minus 30. We need better luck on a... Yeah, see, look, they just don't... I'm not burning 250 Unity for the sake of...
System survey complete. System survey complete.
Can you do that in one jump? You can. Go there. That's the one I'm worried about. Stagnant ascendancy, where? Oh, interesting. So there's no point of sliding past there. Or does that go off that way? No, it doesn't. Right, have a quick look at that system.
Research complete.
But I think as it stands, we'll stop there. Because we'll lock in
Ships
the tomb worlds.
upgraded.
Just because they'll be useful to us later on.
Construction complete.
That tomb world is less useful. It's a size 12. The only good thing about having that system... They're keepers of knowledge. Keepers of knowledge don't care if you border them, do they? I think we grab that system. Yes, we're playing on a medium-sized galaxy, but I think we've just got a crowded start. We kind of got a bit lucky on the last Geck start we did, because the galaxy position we got was essentially protected. Oh, this is the IP Armada, which means it is going to be the Ipi-Kai Armada. Naturally. I'm pretty certain I can take that system. And they won't object. I think. I could really do with a non-aggression pact with this lot. If we improved relations with them, they might give us one. I'm not going to bother with a non-ag with the fucking cartel, because we're going to kick them out of our systems. Because we're going to have the fleets to do it. Like, the one advantage of having to go big power early on this is we are going to be well set for fleets. I'm surprised they haven't taken that system yet. I suppose there's no, they know there's no value to it.
System survey complete.
Oh, thank fuck. Right, let's unrival these fools. Can we stop them being our rivals? When? 22... Right, chat, remind me in 2230 that we can unrival the Trade Commission. Because we actually quite like them to set up on our worlds. Because if they're set up on our worlds, the Criminal Syndicate can't. Right, we need to lock that in, because theoretically... Oh no, they won't jump it, will they? It's 2 systems, we're safe.
Ship's upgraded.
That's a relief. I'm panicking over nothing. You should be researching at anomalies. We still have not had a single precursor incident. Like, not one. Right, we're on 42 months before and 33 months. I'm going to move that fleet. Let's move the Nimini Armada back to
Ship's
take
upgraded.
Alderaan. And let's keep building into the IP Armada.
Construction complete.
That is our next prime building slot, because that is just too nice. Especially given how short we are on minerals. We'll return them. And we can get some more jobs down on here now. Build me 2 more of them. Because at least that produces consumer goods. Geck, you can do a good job of panicking. Oh yeah, totally. Right, now we will go back down the science route. That might even be enough. Oh, we could get that if we could get 10 favours. Ten favours would give us a, like, association status. I don't think we've got enough to give them. We can only get 9. Right, that's one to watch. We might get away with that. We're improving relations with them as well. We don't need anyone improving the reign hierarchy anymore, so let's improve with double on them. In the meantime, you can now build there, which is good. You best go research anomalies over there. You're kind of stuck down here, not doing a lot. Make friends with the murder spiders. Well, I would like to, because they're our neighbour, and then they can't drag those people into war with us. Because they're in a federation with them. Right, we are essentially 2,800 alloys away from war.
Construction complete.
So he might as well just build all the way back round in her. Because we'll fill in this gap.
Complete.
We should at least investigate stuff up here, but we don't need to fill it in. Yeah, look, they're going for it soon. They don't really have a choice. At some point they have to declare on us, because we're only going to continue to get stronger. And they physically can't get much stronger than they are. Because their Starfleet size is dependent on the number of star bases they've got. And they can't build more than 3. It's why I wanted to quickly cut them off. No thanks, chaps. We appreciate the offer, but we do not want a bunch of undead dreadlock motherfuckers running around in our system. You are why would you designate this as a fucking rural world when the only thing it's currently doing is mining? Game, please. Nice to see they still haven't fixed the automatic fucking designation. Still as abjectly useless as it has always been. I just don't want to colonize these shitty little worlds. So the Rayan Galactic Harmony wishes to declare war against the Vivisenda Trade Commission. I'm going to vote no on that for now. Because I want to make damn sure we've got the claims in on everything before we do it. Good to know we can drag them into a war with them, though. We're going to need another admiral, so if anyone wants to cash in points for an admiral, feel free. Subtle Knife wants in. Oh, and Yorg the Earthling wants in. Right, well, one of you gets to be a general, because we are going to need an invasion force. How can we have unemployed people when we've got spare jobs? We can work the jobs, people. So, Subtle Knife gets the Admiral. Because you did get in first. And you're going to go... that dude. And Geck is going to start pumping out some armies. That is all our claims in. Oh, please, can we salvage the gasified giant ship? Where's that?
Situation log updated.
Do it. Do it now. Army damage plus 10%, which we're actually going to need because we have weak troops. I mean, presumably you're Yorg the Geck in this instance.
System survey complete.
I mean, it's a tough start, but it is setting us up reasonably well, it has to be said.
Special project complete.
Oh, we got it. Nice. Right, we need to rethink our fleet slightly because we're pushing over our... I think we get rid of that one. And then we reduce the IP Armada to that for now. 17 ships away from war. So they've gone to war with the Vizienda. Fair enough. Keep them out of the way when we go to war with these fools. After several years of gorging itself on the bountiful harvests of Geck, the now considerably girthier Sky Dragon has once again taken flight. With a final roar in salute, it lifted off, leaving behind a large collection of scales, shed skin, and other byproducts of its presence. So we can get an average amount of research. Ooh, no, burn them for fuel, baby.
Research complete.
Oh man, we just upgraded coil guns. That's annoying. Right, let's start pushing on on other bits now. Right, we want 3 more armies, and that'll do us for armies for now. Does mean we're reasonably positive on food again, which is good. Which means we can buy a ton of commodities in a minute. 15
Handshake
ships.
protocols activated.
Absolutely have an embassy. Do you want to give us association status yet? Ask for association status.
Research complete.
Doesn't tell you how much that's going to earn us. You'd expect it to tell us how much it's going to earn us. Give me off-world training company, please. Right, border secure, border secure.
Complete.
We are very much set for war. Well, they do much better out of it than we do, but it's good enough. Everything kinda matters to us at the moment, because the fleet is going to run us quite low on money. The good news is we're not going to have to expand the fleets again for quite a while after this. Still annoys me that we can't merge that. No, it took off Sonahedron. So it's finished eating and it has taken off. Let's do one more army. How are we jobless population? Like, there's jobs. Take the fucking jobs. Is it the criminal? Oh, anti-crime governor. Yes, please. I will absolutely blow unity on that. One more army. Well, that's kind of yeah, he left a big pile of poo behind that turned out to be quite good for energy credits and for rare crystals, so that's nice. Right, science ships, go start surveying stuff over here if you can. You're trapped down there, so you can't do anything. You, however, can absolutely get us some more minerals from that.
Handshake protocols activated.
Yeah, we'll do that. We're not doing any more research agreements, but we'll do that one. Right, 11 ships to war. That is problematic for us. Hopefully they don't hate us. Those two species now rival each other.
System survey complete. System survey complete.
We might go for a fleet upgrade before we do the war as well. So they're knocking down bigger stations now, so we need to start getting there and doing it. Order is restored, thank God.
Research complete.
It was, I think it was 1,000 energy and 100 exotic gases we got. Let's take destroyers. Because long term I'd rather have destroyer fleets than corvette fleets. I assume they took a system off them.
Construction complete.
Because combined our fleets can take their stations. We'll struggle against their units and their stations, and they can start building up now. Maybe we should just go now. 7 ships. We'll hold off. How much to upgrade the Nini Armada? I don't think there is anything we can upgrade it to at the moment. We will shortly, because fusion reactors will kick in.
Research complete.
Well, they've rivaled me now, so it's like not as useful. FGN inhibitors, please. I was kind of hoping we'd get away with it, but we didn't. I see that auto upgrade is definitely not working. Right, we need to upgrade everything before we go to war. Go upgrade that fleet. And upgrade that one. If we're really lucky, they'll fuck up and attack while we're doing this.
Ships upgraded. Handshake protocols activated.
Murder spiders want to come and live in our system. Tundra and they're thrifty. I think we're fine, murder spiders, thank you, but it's nice to meet you. Nice to have the offer. Let's queue up some survey orders so we don't forget. Yeah, I think it's generally safer to keep the murder spiders at a distance.
Ship's upgraded.
Right, we are almost ready for war.
System survey complete.
One more ship and we're ready for war. Even if we have kind of
Construction
almost
complete.
bankrupted the world doing it. Fucking back again with their shitty little Right, no upgrades available. No upgrades available.
Construction
That's
complete.
our first archaeology site, which is
System
insane.
survey complete.
Get down there, lads. The Geck are going to war. Any useful edicts we should be putting on? Oh, interesting. So they've moved those ones now to being a flat upkeep cost. I like that. I like that a lot. So you just set it running and then stop it when you're done with it. Right, we've got 100 in store, so we can keep that going for 50 months. So once we declare a war, we will fire it up for a bit. I think we do... So does that cost 55 a month to keep going, or is that a one-off 55 cost? Who knows? Does anyone in chat know? Is that now like a flat fee, or is that a monthly ongoing fee? Because if it's a flat fee, it feels really very small. Ongoing, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. So we are going to need to start doing some stuff for get a planet down that just focuses on admin. We're probably going to have to colonize one of these shitty little worlds. That's monthly, but you have a budget that will only be used for edicts. Right, so that's my current edicts fund. So if I activate that, it's going to contribute to that, but not distract from that. Is that correct? Am I reading that right? Okay, I don't mind that. In which case, let's activate that.
System survey complete.
Let's get Jorg the Geck's fleet or ships down into position. Ooh, create curators. Hello. Where are you at? Yes, and now it makes sense when I saw that upkeep increase on the admin thing. Right, so I think we do turn on shield boost. And I think we YOLO this. Oh, they'll come in. I don't think we need them though.
We have declared war because some people have to learn the hard way.
Right. War. Sometimes you have no choice but war. This is one of those times. And Napoleon has come out of his little room.
Battling
knows
aggressor
war is here.
station.
Napoleon knows what happens in war. Right, did we lose any ships? Bring it, boys. Oh, don't think you're running away. Not if I can get to you first, you're not.
Battle commenced.
Oh, you chickens. Stay there. Cowards. Should move the army back to Nastea for now.
Fleeing aggressors.
Alright, they've gone down there. Right, that's perfect. Get in there and deal with that home system while they haven't got fleets around it.
Spaceport lost. System survey complete. Station under attack.
They've gone all the way down there. Fuck, I think we just grab all of these. I know it weakens our fleets, but our fleets are strong enough to do that single fleet. Lads, just take him. Get in there. Min pink kit. The subtle knife. Do your thing. York, how many people are on here? Yeah, we're going to need to bombard that planet for a bit first, York. Stay in orbit. And that one.
Research complete.
Carry on with... Need a reset there again. That's destroyers. Start on research things now, I think.
Spaceport under attack. Spaceport under attack. System survey complete.
I don't care if spaceports are under attack. Because we now control all the key positions. We do need to do some fleet reinforcement. And some serious repair.
Research complete.
But that was a pretty successful blitzkrieg overall. Right, we'll go deal with that fleet next.
Lost.
But the thing is, while it's wandering around over there, it's whittling itself down. I know it's only taking tiny ships, but... like that we can handle.
System survey complete.
Right, I'm going to turn off our edict. So I don't think we need that anymore. I mean, honestly, they can piss around down there all they like. I don't care.
System survey complete.
Let's take the IP Armada. I mean, what we could do actually is let's send both these fleets in to take that system back. They're strong enough now. Which essentially means we can now send the IP Armada. Hey, primitive civilization. And the Uglarak regime. Right, go and bombard that planet. We need a science ship. Have our science ships returned yet? Okay, so we do need to start building out here. Oh no, that's the Fallen Empire, isn't it? We're fine. They're up there. The Glorp Krek is back in 2 years. How long is it going to take you to get down there? Go. Birdie Necromages.
Handshake protocols activated.
Totally fine with embassies.
System survey complete.
Right, so the IP Armada is now bombarding. Right, we don't even need to bother taking these systems back.
Research complete.
Nothing else you can do around there at the moment, so you might as well come back and start researching some of these projects as well. Give me energy credits from technicians, please. I do quite like the idea of wiping these fools out so that they stop building stuff on our systems, but I suspect they're too big for us to do that with. So this now always gives you negatives, am I right in thinking that, when you get over a certain point? Like it's just a
Salvage preserved.
Ongoing thing now. Which kind of makes sense, I do get it. Feel like a series of wars with coming along.
Salvage
Liliana Sky Mage, thank you very much for the follow. That is legit appreciated. I feel a bunch of wars coming on with the criminal cartel. Just to peg them back. Geck can upgrade.
Salvage preserved.
How are things going around here?
Special project
Slowly
complete.
but surely. Not now,
Special
62.
project complete.
Thank you for the follow. We could go and deal with that
Research
fleet, and then we can just go back to bombarding stuff.
Salvage preserved.
Give me naval logistics.
Research complete.
Ooh, research alternatives. Terraforming would be nice.
Special project complete.
Yeah, Sprawl is much more costly than it used to be. Which I like, but that's because I'm a tall player, as you know. I've never been big on Sprawl. Geck needs a district as well. Give me some hydroponics. Hydroponics. Oh, rip our scientists. Oh, Noosh to Co. You lived your life like a candle in the wind. That is probably worthwhile. I don't know what it is, but generally speaking, they are worthwhile. Oh, welcome over from Twitter. Right, the Coral Cartel has just rivaled, so we might as well do the same. We can probably upgrade that to a Starhold, can't we?
Construction complete.
Or are we still researching that tech? I thought we researched that tech. Oh no, we went for destroyers, didn't we? Yeah, they are angry trees indeed. Right, slowly chewing through that, but that's not going fast enough for my liking. I think we need to get... Let's clear out that fleet round there, because then we can go back up and deal with that. Because we know we can easily beat that fleet. That's fine, we've got a better governor anyway. Go deal with that and then come back up and do that. Oh, new aliens.
Fleeing aggressors. Spaceport under attack.
How did you get back there that quickly? They should not have retreated, like sublighted out that fast. I mean, they're lost, which is the main thing, but still. The good news is they didn't take out any of York the Geck's armies. Because we need to get this war finished off. ASAP. Because we're now at
protocols
maximum war
activated.
exhaustion.
Handshake protocols activated.
Which means it's 24 months until this auto pieces out. Right, get bombarding. We need that knocked down fast. You're the Geck. Can you invade this place yet? Not quite. So they're at 100. But if we settle status quo now, I don't get any systems that... I might have occupied the system, but I haven't taken the planet. And because I haven't taken the planet, I won't get the planets. So I won't get the systems. Like, there is a non-zero chance that I might not get both planets in this. We might time out, but we will at least get the better planet. But I think we will get both. Yeah, at this point, there's like we might as well just grind them down. Especially the thing is, they've got our planet type, and our other ocean world choices are pretty shite.
Salvage preserved. Handshake protocols activated.
We are at maximum influence. No. What can we spend influence on these days? 'Cause we're not spending it on edicts. What do we do with all that influence we've got? I know what we should do. We should start building out to these. So let's just start doing that.
Research complete. Salvage preserved.
Oh, we'll take a... Yeah, we'll take an Algae Insight.
Salvage
Like, if we
preserved.
don't manage to grind them down fully this time round, as I say, it's not the end of the world, because we can come back from what's left of them. Even if they do something annoying, like get protected status by the Kroll Cartel. The Citizens Union of Brightpool.
Handshake protocols
you?
activated.
You sound fun.
Construction complete.
Our kind of people. The hegemonic imperialists. What? How does that fucking work? What the hell, game? How? We still had time. How does that work? I don't get that at all. Did I click something without realizing it? What am I missing, chat? Yeah, basically. Yeah, but it shouldn't accept when the first timer goes. Because I'd been at 100%... Like, it shouldn't accept when the first timer goes. Yeah, because they end up getting a system out of it. Because of that, they... I mean, I got that system off of them. But it meant they got that one because they technically still had it occupied. Which is no biggie in the grand scheme of things. I'll get it back off of them. Might drop that one now. We don't really need it. I'd rather keep that one. I am 100% sure that didn't used to play like that. Like, have they changed that so that it is first timer now? Because it definitely didn't used to be first timer. Well, I'm not necessarily against it as a change, but it just feels a bit fucking arbitrary. Like, we'll take him in the next war. It's just more if I'd known that was going to happen, I'd have built more armies and we'd have gone for it quicker. Yeah, but I shouldn't have to because they auto decline. Like, they don't auto accept. Like, peace offers won't auto accept, but they will auto decline. Oh, I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Right, well, let's sort this starbase out. I think a bug got us is what got us. Because there's no way that should work like that. Like, honestly, if someone watching knows what I missed there, please do tell me. Oh, we need a new scientist. Oh, hang on, we've met the curators, haven't we? This is what I'd be intrigued to see. Does recruiting... Well, we need opinion up first, so we're going to need aid in research. Let's just get a regular
Handshake
scientist
protocols
for now.
activated.
Leader lifespan increase is now much more important.
Construction complete. Ships upgraded.
You stick in all the claims you want, I'm still kicking your ass next time round. The moment that truce expires.
Ships upgraded.
Yo ass being kicked.
Construction complete.
I think what we will do is increase should do actually is let's give that a couple of shipyards. And some crew quarters. And we'll base all the fleets out of there. Because that's the front they're definitely going to be used on next. And it means I don't have to keep going back to upgrade, and it means we can swap Geck to being fully focused on trade, which is what we want. Geck needs more jobs. Geck Mech has building slots and absolutely needs some Halo theatres. I mean, what we should do is go and clear that out. We still haven't had a single
Research
precursor
complete.
event. Have we? 0 precursor events.
Construction complete.
I'm still very annoyed about that. Right. We're going to need some bigger armies because we need to do that quicker. Another 5 units of armies. Oh yeah, you bring it boys, bring it. You don't worry, I'm coming back for you. Don't be sitting there just because you know what Paradox's game bugs are and I don't. Don't be giving it large. Game, please. Game. Let's get that wormhole locked in, because someone will try wormhole tech. Where's that Caravaneer project? Should also do that. Did we lose our other construction ship? Oh, oh yeah, no, I'm sure I sound totally not annoyed at all. Yeah, you bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Fucking wait. 2254. You're going down. 6 years, motherfuckers. Enjoy your 6-year existence. What we should actually start doing is building some destroyers into these fleets, because that's our long-term future, is destroyers. Should we clear up? Let's get that down there.
Construction complete.
Go lock that in. You should actually just go and boost research on Geck.
Construction complete.
We are going to blow you out of the stars. Right, ship
Construction
designer.
complete.
We want the papoosh. I think we'll give it a picket ship stern. Have some sentinels and some flags.
Special project complete.
Afterburners.
Protocols activated.
Oh, so we unlocked the gates. This is Tripsu Kuki Che. Oh, no, hang on. Well, that's probably not how the Geck would speak, is it? Let's get a proper Geck voice. How would the Geck speak? Oh, I know how the Geck would speak.
This is Tripsy Cookie J of the Geck. Who are you, Porter aliens? No, I am Tripsy Cookie J. Who are you? Fascinating. If what you say is true, I think this portal bridges the gap between alternate dimensions. We are both the Tripsy Cuckoo K, but at some point an event must have caused our respective dimensions to diverge. Amazing. Tell us how your Geck fared. Much the same as it fares in your dimension, I expect. We have spread out through space from Geck since the discovery of the warp drive. The warp drive? We travel by hyperlanes. Hyperlanes? Perhaps discovering different types of FTL travel was the divergence point between our two universes. Does this mean you are not beset by the warp beasts? No warp beasts here. Are they a serious threat? Sounds terrible. Can we help?
Well, there we go. We have met. Dimensional portal people battling warp beasts. Right, that's the Papoosh's designed, I think.
Handshake protocols activated.
Yeah, sure. Yep. See, watch these fuckers pick up like a guarantee or something. Someone will guarantee them. Four years, dudes, and then you're going down. Right, so we're going to add Papoosh classes. 10. Right, we've locked that in. You're assisting research. Yeah, as long as we don't end up with accidental warp beasts, I'm happy. You don't have a leader anymore. I think it probably is worth getting one. Oh yeah, get you. Tech. I'm going to put you on that. Which means you get that person. Just go excavate that side. That's got to be bugged that we haven't had a single precursor event. I think our precursor chain must be entirely bugged. Because we absolutely should have one. So Geck is pretty much out of space. So this is the new thing you can do, is when you get to Ascension Tier 1, when you've got 3 Ascension perks, you can spend Unity to upgrade planets. Which is quite nice. I think get some civilian industries down.
Construction complete.
Anchorage. That gets upgraded. is theoretically a choke point. I want to get round to here and just lock that in. Scientist Root died.
Construction complete.
Okay, you're there, so we don't need a scientist on you yet.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Oh, we could probably influence this election. It's not like we're short on influence. Oh no, let's hold off, because we can't be far off Galactic Market as a decision chain. Like, unless someone has a really good agenda here. No, we'll leave it. Oh wow, interesting. That costs Unity now to do that. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I do really like what they're doing with Unity. It does mean you lose influence far less though. But that does remind me that we do need to change this into being optimized now around trade. And actually, let's get you another commercial hub down on this planet.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
You are going to be an anchorage. Min Pink Kit, you have been chosen as the new ruler of the Geck Empire. All hail, Min Pink Kit. May you rule wisely and nobly. We have discovered clear signs that Tews 4A was once densely populated. However, whatever destroyed their civilization did a very thorough job of it. Very few useful remains have been found. Our scanners have detected several large cavities deep below the surface that may once have supported life. Perhaps we will have more luck there. Now that we have made some progress understanding xenobiology and exotic materials, our researchers have proposed that we send a science ship to take a closer look at the dragon. They are particularly interested in its scales, which are remarkably durable, even impenetrable. While we've acquired numerous naturally shed examples, our scientists remain baffled as to how the scales form. Using what they describe as a mildly intrusive probe, they believe they can get under the dragon's protective layer and directly study its natural processes. Surely the dragon will not mind. Surely. So we're legit going to get under the dragon's skin. Because this feels like a bad choice. I mean, yeah, technically you are the current leader of our empire, Min Ping Kitty, so you do get to make the choice on this. I will give you this as your leadership choice. We can either poke the dragon, essentially, or we can try something less intrusive and go for remote dragon scanning. But it is your call. You are ruler. I knew you were going to say that.
Situation
This is
log
not
updated.
going to end well.
Construction complete.
Terraforming, yes please. This is 100% not going to end well. We do know who's served first as an offering. Let's get some papooses built. Because we are only 1 year off war.
Construction complete. Construction complete. Construction complete.
It's the same dragon. It's the same dragon that floats around above us. Mimp and Kitty, I'm starting to think you, as a leader, you need to be reading your briefs. There's a touch of Boris Johnson's about you.
Research complete.
You need to read more than the executive summaries when we're giving you paperwork about poking dragons. Our excavation of the cave system has found well-preserved remnants of an underground high-technology society built on a vast scale. Many of the ruins are in surprisingly good condition, and we have managed to find what our researchers are describing as a library of encrypted data crystals. Hopefully these can shed some light on what happened here. Right, now we can start building our way back.
Construction complete.
Right, you go build mining stations and then research stations. Right, as soon as these fleets are built up, we're going to war. The Mirror Dimension Geck reports their economy is in decline due to a series of defeats at the appendages of the warp beasts. Oh no, hopefully they will recover. Yes, we will join the galactic community. Right, so as soon as they finish building, we're going to war. And if they're lucky, they'll do the same stupid thing of going down there first when we go up. I don't need your destroyer, I've got my own destroyers. We need an admiral. We are short an admiral, because obviously Min Pin Kitty is now in charge. So, if anyone wants to cash in and get themselves an admiral, now is the time. You can be... Troutbridge it is. Troutbridge. Right, you little fuckers.
We have to wait more, because some people have to learn the hard way.
Damn fucking right they have to learn the hard way. Right, go deal with them first. And with any luck, they'll jump the other way.
Research complete.
They are going up towards... not where we want them to go. Get in there, lads.
Fleeing aggressors.
No, not my armies! Go, run! Flee, Yorg, flee!
Construction complete.
Right, I think we go straight in on that.
Handshake protocols activated. Handshake protocols activated.
I kind of would take that, but we're going to move away from corvettes, so it's not actually as useful to us as you'd think. I mean, it is a rare tech. I think let's go gas refineries. A team member exploring the ruins on Twiz 4 recently disappeared. After a short search, we found a skeleton that seemed to have belonged to a Geck. Our researchers are in no doubt that these remains are what are left of our missing team member, but they are baffled how the body decomposed quite this quickly. They urge caution as we continue our investigations. Disturbing indeed. They're going to go off to Yesem. Right, repair, repair.
Handshake protocols activated.
Because ideally I don't want to be building any more corvettes. Like, we're kind of going to try and wind down corvette production. Is Max still allowed downstairs now that Napoleon can go downstairs? They are both allowed downstairs, but not at the same time at the moment. That's essentially what the arrangement is. Right, get over there. Okay, armies merge. How many people have we got? Okay, we did all right. We did all right. Armies, get there. About time. Precursors. Right. Oh, come on. Right. Repair first. Repair. And then bombard. Because we just need to knock that down as quickly as possible. Right, bombard. How pissed off? Well, the thing is, he doesn't kind of know that his second home has been usurped. Like, he knows he's no longer able to access the downstairs or upstairs, but we still, like, periodically let him come up and have duvet legs. We don't want to entirely rob him of duvet legs. It'd be a bit mean. It's just that's when we then shut Napoleon into the other room for the night. Which Napoleon doesn't mind that much. No one proposed galactic market, or is that the one that's on the floor? Yeah, I did wonder if it'd be the first one down. Right, we should then make sure that we're building up his trade here. Give me some trade focus, please. So yeah, so the Max still does alright.
Salvage preserved.
Yeah, Max Napoleon's just... Like, he could go downstairs if he wants, he just doesn't. He like wanders down occasionally, so if Max isn't in, I'll open the doors, and then Napoleon can wander down. But often he just doesn't bother. Is that no? I'm alright. Mining, research,
Salvage preserved.
observation. As we interpret the data crystals from the caves on 2is4, we begin piecing together a picture of a troubled planet. The planet was once at the center of a prosperous civilization known as the Alani. During that civilization's later years, the Alani turned much more and more to the hoarding of knowledge instead of more material matters, such as procreation. As a result, their population fell rapidly. Alarmed by their dwindling numbers, their leaders attempted to find a technological solution for immortality. Records became scarcer around this point, though it appears to predate whenever a cataclysm forced them underground, and it's not clear yet what their results yielded. Yeah, so at the moment, the cat flap is generally set for exit only, which means that if Max wants to pop in and chill at night, which we don't mind, he can. So he can pop in, have a chill, have a snooze on the sofa, which he quite likes, and there's a duvet on the sofa, and then
Research
he can
complete.
pop back out again. So he doesn't, because he obviously doesn't have access to come and ask one of us to let him out
Construction complete.
if it's in the middle of the night.
Salvage preserved.
Right, well, we're knocking down this planet at a fair clip, which is good. Let's also take this as an opportunity to complete.
Salvage preserved.
Start flipping this. I mean, you can guarantee them all you want. I'm
Research
still eating them.
complete.
Right, those hopefully we'll just discover. Yeah, we got more trade from our dimensional portal. Give me... Oh no, we just discovered a thing. Nice.
Salvage preserved.
Right, that's down to 388.
Construction
260
complete.
is our army.
Research complete.
Now give me star holds, please, yes. 9 months on terraforming. Which is good, because we need to start getting some specialist planets together. Because we could really do with tweaking things. One bombardment stance, depends on what you want to do. In all honesty. What you want is that trash compactor thing that the ratchet will give you. Yeah, I mean our orbital bombardment is indiscriminate. I think if you can get away with selective, go selective, but we're frickin' space Putin here. We're just knocking down everyone. Not least because we're in a hurry. Oh, it will be renamed the Yippee-Ki-Yay, don't worry.
Research complete.
We'll knock this down to about 100 and then we'll send them on to the next one. Give me planetary capitals. As soon as this regiment goes, we're going to send them to the next world. Right, you two. Go bombard Alicesbury. Yorg the Geck, it is your time to shine. I command you. Take that planet. Galactic Market. Let's push for Galactic Market. Nomination. We have adequate. Adequate. Outrageous. Boost nomination bid. Strong. Exceptional. That'll do. We can now piece together what became of the Alani's attempt at immortality. It appears that, far from bringing them everlasting life, they created a terrible menace, a swarm of microorganisms capable of multiplying rapidly and almost instantly devouring any organic matter, as must have happened to our team's lost member. The resulting cataclysm wiped out much of the population. The survivors splintered into two groups, one unwilling to give up that took to the depths, recreating their civilization in airtight pockets such as the one we found. However, this solution proved unsustainable in the long run, and eventually the microorganism found its way into their habitats. The caves became their tombs. The other group instead went into exile, enforcing a planetary quarantine by utterly obliterating the surface, rendering it uninhabitable. They would henceforth live in small enclaves and dedicate themselves to preserving the lost knowledge of their civilization, eventually morphing into one of the ancestors of the modern Curator Order. Army collateral damage plus 100%, and army damage 50%, or we can get a ton of research things on that planet. I think we go with a ton of research things. Like, because we are going to get better troops at some point.
Planetary invasion begun.
Right, you better fucking win this. Don't you dare frickin' lose this. Where did all these defensive troops come from?
Failed to secure planetary surface.
Fucking hell, Yorg. Like, where did they all come from? It said there were 3 units left. Like, it explicitly said there were 3 units left.
Aggressors spotted.
Like, what? Where? How does that work? How does that work? What the hell, game? And how did they get there? Without passing through that system? There's some weird shit going on in this now.
Research complete.
Because now I bet you we get that fucking timeout thing again. They shouldn't have warp bubbles this early in the game though. There's no way they should have like the level of experimental warp drive that lets them do that this early. I don't mind the game making things like this harder, but it's doing it in a very impenetrable way right now. Like, there is no way they should suddenly have had instant reserve regiments on that planet again. They just shouldn't. Anyway, rip Min Kitty. Your leadership was short. No, there's not an event that adds reserves. There isn't. I'm going to have to send one of these pissing fleets off to go take everything back. Unfortunately, York, you died in the attempt. I am sad to announce. Let's see if General de Fondle can do any better. Well, at least the planet's devastated, so we will at least get this planet. But that we've just been robbed, completely robbed of a planet for no reason. Because the game arbitrarily gave them 6 fucking reserve regiments on a planet. Oh. Oh, we need a governor as well.
Handshake protocols activated.
I can take leader lifespan. As I say, that's a much more valuable resource now. Get around now.
Handshake protocols activated.
Hello, Napoleon. What would you do in this situation? What's your advice, Napoleon, when the game is cheating?
Handshake protocols activated. Research complete.
Diplomatic weight is probably going to be quite useful to us quite soon, and we do want an embassy complex, so it allows us to get it built. Like, we're only going to get this planet now, and then watch them get fucking vassalized by someone else. Oh, we can't even take that system back. It's too big.
Research complete. Planetary invasion begun.
Right. If I can take him to Fondle. We'll attempt it. We're not going to get it. Come on! I don't know what they've done to this, but that is utterly broken. That is beyond broken. That is so beyond broken now. Because, like, what is the point in any way of you ever taking anything that extends your ability to not be at 100% exhaustion?